Hello survivors, hello. Hope everyone's feeling good. Just like one of my previous videos about avoiding 6 stars for the time being because the current 6 stars aren't great, I've had to re-record this a couple of times because it's taken some nasty turns and I get angry with myself, waving fists, and then I'm just like, why have I gone down this road? Basically, there was an issue that popped up. A lot of people will know about this, some people may not know, and if you don't know, brace yourselves, but it's not as bad as it first sounds, so don't be too worried. Basically, Viktorgate happened, and it's the term being used for this issue that popped up, where the promoted character was Victor. Some people did 40 pulls and got like 3, 4, 5 stars, did another 40 pull, got like 5, 10, sometimes even 15. Some people were even getting like 5 to 8 characters from a 10 pull, and this happened for us a certain amount of time. I'm going to say it was a couple of hours max during the first time this was released as a promotion, 48 hours ago. I let it breathe a little bit. I wanted to air it out, just make sure I had a bit of info. And basically, from what I saw, in terms of me identifying why this bug was happening, I don't know 100% why this bug was happening. But in my mind, the reason this bug was happening was because Scopely introduced a new system where you do 40 pulls and you're guaranteed a 5-star. And when you're guaranteed that 5-star comes from the 5-star wheel. They are decent characters, but they're not game changers. You know, you're not guaranteed to get a promo character. You're not guaranteed to get a premium character. So the promo character in this case was Victor. And premium characters, I'd probably say, premium characters along the lines of, Conrad, Teresa, Priya, Blowtorch, Romanov, the new one with the little hand torch, which has got a really nice rush. Also, Tough Michonne. There are a number of really good 5-stars, like so strong 5-stars. Ones that can basically 1v3 or enable the rest of your team to be very, very strong. These characters were not part of that because they're not part of that wheel. It was all characters like Blue Richard, Blue Eugene, Red Shane, Old Ezekiel. Some of the new characters on the wheel as well, like Fast Jesus, AoE Jesus 45 AP or 44 AP, I think it's 45. Fast Sandy. These characters are liked. I think the best character probably on there would be Fast Michonne. But you can check the 5-star wheel, and that's basically all the characters that people were getting. So nothing spectacular, but pretty decent characters nonetheless. People were dropping a lot of money, buying extra coins to try and get as many characters as possible. Personally, I've got 13,000 coins right now. I'm waiting for a good promotion. As you can see, 13,000 coins in the top right hand corner. I'm waiting for a good promotion. I'm waiting for something nice to try my luck at. At the moment, nothing's come. Nothing's come. All the 5-stars that I've seen turn into Ascendables are not worth. I'm waiting for that new character, basically, that's got a decent rush, and then I might drop some coins on that. I might have 20, 30, 40,000 coins by the time that happens, but we'll see. So I wouldn't be too worried though. Like I say, people got decent characters, not great characters. They got decent characters. They didn't get any characters that are gonna break the game. Like, they didn't get a Conrad from just on a freebie, basically. They didn't get any characters that are premium characters or previous promo characters. They didn't get anyone who is gonna be a damaging effectively to the balance of the game. These are the sort of characters that people got. Red Shane, which they handed out for free quite a few times. Who else? Maybe Blue Kenny. I think he's in that wheel. He's good, but he's like a 2-year-old character now. These are not spectacular characters that people picked up. They picked up some decent characters, but nothing too spectacular. So nothing's gonna change too much in terms of the power of teams, unless you're on a new region. That's the only time it could be a problem. But even then, these characters can be overtaken quite easily with decent teams, especially now 6 stars are around. The 6 stars that people can pick up with the current promos, like people maybe got some Carls and Shivas and Negans from the 5-star wheel. Those are the characters that are on the promotion. These characters don't turn into good 6 stars in my opinion. I've already gone through this in a previous video. If you haven't checked that out, I did get a little bit irate in that one as well. But so I know this does seem really bad, but it isn't as bad. It isn't as bad as it first sounds. I know a lot of people are disheartened, and I can completely understand that. I can completely understand that. I've had disheartening moments in this game, in any game. But when if you just have a sleep on it and just have a real think, how much does it really affect your personal enjoyment of the game? Probably not much. And most people will probably realize that they're annoyed less of the fact that other people got characters, is that they didn't get it. That's where their most annoyance will be. Is that they didn't, they feel hard done by. They don't feel like other people are just more powerful than them now. They just feel like they should maybe get some compensation and stuff. Maybe they should. I don't know. I'm not really someone who calls for compensation too much unless there's a really big issue. And I don't have any big issue with this one. It is bad. I'm not gonna try and but it isn't as bad as it could have been. Like I said, there were no Priyas, no Teresas, none of these characters were handed out. It was all 5-star wheel characters, so it could have been a lot worse. But we're gonna have to move on, and move on quickly. We keep going on about this. There are people who still bring up Wendy. Let me just show you my supply depot. I didn't benefit from the Wendy thing, but look how many supply depot tokens I've got. I literally can't buy any good characters in the supply depot. But I want this character, but I basically just wait for sales on 5 stars, because I'm not going to be able to get a character that's going to be able to change my team. I buy weapons a lot to decon, and I buy cans. Like, I buy weapons just to decon them. I've got so many supply depot points. I get like 20,000 supply depot points a month. It's actually going to be less points now that I get, now that we're going to have Ascendants. I used to sell my 4 stars and my 3 stars that I got from the 4-star wheel and stuff like that. So my supply depot points will start going down a little bit more. But I didn't benefit from the Wendy stuff, and I've got 180k. You know, there isn't much you can do with supply depot, and I think people blew that massively out of proportion. And I think this one is a little worse than that, mainly because at worst you're going to have fodder for 6-star to send a character 6-star. But right now, the most people can do is probably 2. You know, maybe 3. I don't know. Maybe people have got up to 900 now. But the characters that you can ascend are bad, so I wouldn't worry too much. I know that it's me. You're probably still sitting there really pissed, but it really could have been a lot worse. If it was Priyas and Teresas and stuff, I'd be up in arms myself. But these characters are not powerful enough to change the game. Okay. One other thing I want to mention is that there is a new employee at Scopely, and this is basically a community manager, and this person is basically what a lot of people have wanted for a long time on the forums, and do realize that this person is basically a messenger, and that takes our messages and our issues or our hopes and maybe just other things. It should pick up small things and take it to the Scopely teams where it's important. Maybe it's developments of characters, maybe it's development of roadmaps, or I don't know how everything's built at Scopely, but you know, it'll be slightly separated, or developments of new features, or maybe tweaks of old features, that sort of thing. She'll take it to these teams just to say, and maybe they'll implement it, maybe they won't. She doesn't have any deciding fact. I would assume she doesn't have any sort of decision on that. She just presents the information that we give to her, and then she'll take information from these teams and they'll present it to us. That's literally all she will do for the forums, which is probably like 5% of her job, just so we realize as well. Because some people, I saw some comments on there like her entire job is working on the forums. No, it'll be like 5% as a community manager. I've worked on stuff with social media that is much bigger than a forum. A forum generally doesn't have paid employees. A forum generally just has community moderators. That's how forums generally work. I'm actually surprised there isn't community moderators. If there's someone from Scopely listening to this video and wants to think about something for the forum, get like 5 community moderators in there. Get a moderator team in there to do the things like banning people and stuff like that. Because if other people within the community are saying what you're doing is terrible, It isn't Scopely banning you. It's the community moderated. This should be community moderated, the forums, and basically this new person that's come in shouldn't really have to do anything in terms of moderation and stuff like this. Should basically just be presenting information, gathering information, and maybe talking to some people, but just lighten the load as much as possible, because the forums is like a big thing that is so small. It's really hard to say, but we should stop shooting her down. A lot of people are blaming her for things that when she wasn't even employed there, and she's been working there legit just about a week. Like I think pretty sure it's just over a week and 3 or 4 days when this video goes out, and she has been gunned down like every day. There was maybe like 24 hours or 48 hours when she first started, and she's already run into issues. SR tournament, big problems, but this had nothing to do with her. It isn't like she did this. Then now this promo issue, but people are blaming her because they think, oh, she's the face of Scopely, so we blame her. Just like people blame Scopely support, when you do realise that Scopely support isn't even Scopely support. That's a third-party support system. Scopely pay a company which is going to be a support company. That's why you get wrong answers. It's because the scripted answers that are written down, they sometimes go off script, or they're probably thinking that they're maybe even doing support for another game. I mean, just gotta take it a bit easy. I know it's hard because a lot of people take this very seriously. From what I assume, a lot of people, this is their first ever game they've played, and they've never played other games. They assume that every other game's like is like properly sunshine and rainbows. It really isn't. There's bugs in every game, especially updated games. If you want to play a game that doesn't have bugs, and even these games have bugs, but play a single player game that doesn't get updated, and you might get lucky, because even those games have bugs. If you play a game where they update it regularly, which Walking Dead is updated quite regularly. A lot of people complain that their games on PC or maybe even mobile phone games aren't updated regularly enough. We get quite regular updates, at least every month. Big changes, implementation of stuff, a lot of it being free, especially on a freemium game platform, which is pretty good. Anyway, I'm ranting a little bit now. I know lockdown gets into rant mode quite quickly, but I'm gonna put this video out, and I just say, like, just try and chill, just try and enjoy the anniversary event. A lot of people are already whining about the anniversary event as well. It is basically all the gear you're gonna need to make yourself a top level 6-star. So whether you've got 6 stars already or not, I'm going to farm this as much as possible. I'm going to get as much out of this as possible. And we also get a 5-star as well. And that's going to kick off in a few hours. I hope it's a good character. I really hope it's a nice character. Anyway, I'll cut it to an end right there. Yeah, that'll be the end. We'll get some videos out by the end of the month. I've got quite a lot of pulls to come. And I've got quite a lot of 5-star token pulls on both regions. I've got quite a few prestige pulls, so my monthly pulls video will come probably by the weekend. But thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Keep on surviving. Keep on surviving.